Welcome to Dwell Decor, the channel where we explore different styles of interior design. Our aim is to offer you as many ideas as possible to make your home a unique and welcoming place. Stick around till the end to learn the 10 secrets that the best designers use to turn any house into one with a dark academia style. Make yourself comfortable and enjoy the view. In the realms of aesthetics, dark academia stands as a tribute to intellectualism, literature, and the allure of classic elegance. It encapsulates a lifestyle that romanticizes the pursuit of knowledge, reminiscent of the ivy-covered walls of old universities and the hallowed halls of antique libraries. Beyond its influence on literature and fashion, dark academia extends its enchanting grasp into the realm of interior design, transforming homes into sanctuaries of erudition and sophistication. This discourse ventures into the depths of dark academia style, illuminating the nuances of its design philosophy and offering insights into crafting a home that resonates with its timeless charm. Dark academia is not merely an aesthetic. It is a cultural movement that draws inspiration from a myriad of sources: literature and art. The foundation of dark academia lies in classic literature and art, with works by Shakespeare, Dickens, Poe, and the Romantics serving as its pillars of inspiration. At its core, dark academia celebrates the pursuit of knowledge and intellectual curiosity. It cherishes the scholarly endeavors that enrich the human experience and fuel the quest for enlightenment. Dark academia embraces vintage elements and a timeless allure, eschewing the transient nature of contemporary trends in favor of enduring elegance and sophistication. Elements of Gothic architecture and Romanticism infuse dark academia with a sense of mystery and allure, evoking the grandeur of bygone eras and the poetic essence of the human spirit. The color palette of dark academia is characterized by rich, muted tones such as deep greens, burgundies, velvety blacks, and midnight blues, evoking a sense of intimacy and refinement. Luxurious textures like velvet, leather, tweed, and wool add depth and tactile richness to dark academia interiors, inviting tactile exploration and sensory indulgence. Symbolic motifs such as antique books, old maps, vintage typewriters, and classical sculptures evoke a sense of nostalgia and intellectualism, imbuing dark academia spaces with layers of meaning and intrigue. Designing your dark academia home. Crafting a dark academia-inspired home requires a meticulous blend of elements that harmonize to create an atmosphere of intellectual allure and timeless elegance. Selecting a color palette. Choose a color palette that reflects the mood of dark academia, opting for rich, deep hues that evoke the ambience of old libraries and study rooms. Furniture and upholstery. Invest in classic, vintage-inspired furniture pieces crafted from dark woods and upholstered in sumptuous fabrics like velvet or leather, marrying comfort with sophistication. Creating cozy reading nooks. Designate cozy reading nooks adorned with plush armchairs, floor lamps, and a curated collection of antique books, inviting contemplation and immersion in the world of literature. Embracing architectural details. Pay homage to the architectural details that define dark academia, incorporating elements like exposed brick walls, ornate moldings, and arched doorways that exude timeless charm and sophistication. Incorporating vintage accents. Scatter vintage accents throughout your home to enhance its dark academia appeal, from antique maps and globes to vintage cameras and typewriters that evoke a sense of nostalgia and intellectual curiosity. Curating art and literature. Showcase classic works of literature, poetry, and art that capture the essence of dark academia, framing vintage book covers, literary quotes, and botanical prints to adorn your walls and infuse your space with literary charm. Accessorizing with antiques. Seek out antique furniture, decorative objects, and curiosities that embody the spirit of dark academia, from vintage telescopes and pocket watches to brass candlesticks and inkwells that add a touch of old-world elegance to your home. Layering textures and fabrics. Layer textures and fabrics to enrich the sensory experience of your dark academia home, combining velvet cushions with wool throws, leather-bound books with silk drapes, and Persian rugs with distressed leather armchairs to create a tapestry of comfort and refinement. Integrating ambient lighting. Illuminate your home with soft, ambient lighting that casts a warm and inviting glow, selecting vintage-inspired table lamps, candelabras, and sconces that enhance the atmospheric allure of dark academia. Infuse your dark academia home with personal touches that reflect your interests and passions, displaying cherished mementos, heirlooms, and artifacts that imbue your space with warmth, authenticity, and character. Here are 10 tips to infuse dark academia style into any home. Embrace rich, muted colors. Choose a color palette dominated by deep, muted hues, such as forest green, burgundy, navy blue, and charcoal. These colors evoke the ambience of old libraries and study rooms, creating an intimate and sophisticated atmosphere. Invest in vintage furniture. Incorporate classic, vintage-inspired furniture pieces made from dark woods like mahogany, oak, or walnut. Look for pieces with ornate details and elegant lines to add a touch of timeless elegance to your space. Create cozy reading nooks. Designate cozy reading nooks with plush armchairs, floor lamps, and a collection of antique books. Add soft throws and decorative pillows to enhance comfort and encourage leisurely reading sessions. Curate an artistic atmosphere. Display classic works of literature, poetry, and art that reflect the essence of dark academia. Frame vintage book covers, literary quotes, and botanical prints to adorn your walls and infuse your space with cultural richness. Incorporate antique accents. Scatter antique accents throughout your home to enhance its dark academia appeal. Consider vintage maps, globes, typewriters, and scientific instruments as decorative elements that add depth and character to your space. Layer textures and fabrics. Layer textures and fabrics to create a tactile and inviting environment. Mix velvet cushions with wool throws, leather-bound books with silk drapes, and Persian rugs with distressed leather armchairs to add visual interest and warmth. Pay attention to lighting. Illuminate your home with soft, ambient lighting that casts a warm and inviting glow. Opt for vintage-inspired table lamps, candelabras, and sconces to create an atmospheric ambience that complements the dark academia aesthetic. Incorporate symbolic objects. Integrate symbolic objects and artifacts that evoke a sense of nostalgia and intellectualism. Antique telescopes, pocket watches, quill pens, and brass candlesticks serve as intriguing conversation starters and add a touch of old-world charm to your home. Highlight architectural details. Highlight architectural details such as exposed brick walls, ornate moldings, and arched doorways that evoke the grandeur of academia. These features add depth and character to your space, enhancing its historic charm. Personalize your space. Infuse your dark academia home with personal touches that reflect your interests and passions. Display cherished mementos, heirlooms, and artifacts that tell a story and imbue your space with warmth, authenticity, and individuality. By incorporating these tips, you can transform any home into a sanctuary that embodies the timeless elegance and intellectual allure of dark academia style. Dark academia style offers a symphony of elegance and intellect, weaving together the timeless allure of classic literature, vintage aesthetics, and scholarly pursuits. By embracing its rich tapestry of influences and infusing your home with its distinctive charm, you create a sanctuary that resonates with the spirit of erudition and sophistication. Whether you're losing yourself in the pages of a cherished novel or admiring the curated treasures that adorn your shelves, the enchantment of dark academia invites you to embark on a journey of exploration and contemplation within the comfort of your own home. Subscribe now for exclusive content and updates.